see. Do you guys think the theatrical version of Justice League would have been different if Infinity War and Endgame were released first? Possibly, I think so. But the fact of the matter is that Justice League would have come out first.
Yeah.
So if that was coming out first, then they would have had to alter their plans because they would have been like, okay, wait a minute, our story is way too similar to what they have over in DC, so we're gonna have to change this up a little bit. And it's very similar.
It's a war to get the material out first, so that you look better than the other person. You're like, oh no, they copied me.
But I mean, like, you know, some would say that, you know, there's a chance that Marvel may have copied, you know, what DC was going to do. I don't know, but I think that when you look at a grand scale story, I think that kind of arc is kind of a natural way you do it. Like, okay, you're gonna have a movie where everyone loses, and then the next movie, everyone wins again, and bring everybody back. But it was interesting that both films were gonna have time travel involved. It was gonna have essentially them losing. So you have the like in a sense like this nightmare scenario. Same with the MCU.
Yeah,
you know, you had this world where all these superheroes were missing. Half the population was destroyed. So I mean, you definitely had those parallels. So it makes you wonder. You know, did they know about this ahead of time? But
one of the essential characters sacrifices themselves for the greater good.
And there was something interesting that I saw the other day. Someone lined up the clips from when Captain America says, "Let's go get the son of a," and then Ray Fisher saying the same thing in Zack Snyder's Justice League. Even like the rhythm in which they did it was like the exact same. And it's just like,
very similar.
Yeah.
Makes you think.
You know what would have been fucked? It's so screwed up. Can you imagine if? Now, I'm not saying this happened. Okay, I'm just spitballing.
So what are you claiming?
I'm not claiming shit.
Breaking news.
Okay, I'm not claiming anything.
Okay, so you're definitive on what?
Okay, you know what I'm saying? Yes. What I'm saying is that can you imagine if any of this footage or story or script got leaked, got not even leaked, but they handed over to them because they're like, oh, we're not going to use this. Go ahead. And they said, oh shit, let's use some of this. I don't know. I don't think that happened though. I mean, that's too much speculation. But there's so many parallels in the story. It makes you wonder how. You know, it's just I don't know.
Yeah,
it just seems kind of fishy.
I mean, none of us know for sure because we weren't there. But they caught wind of the story. What happened with Zack happened with the Justice League, and tragically lost his daughter, left the project. They brought Joss in, did all of these changes and shit. Movie would have came out before Infinity War.
Yeah.
But
the thing is that
time travel is done. They did. My personal opinion, time travel was disrespected in Endgame.
Yeah.
I 100% agree with you.
It was way too easy.
I agree.
Don Cheadle's character straight mentions all these movies that follow a formula. And they just disrespected that shit. So I think that they knew they caught wind of the story. This is, I mean, like I said, I don't know for sure. This is my personal opinion speaking. They caught wind of the
facts.
Jesus Christ. They caught wind of the story, and they saw what happened, so they were able to do it first. Which like I just said, I feel they they fucking spit on time travel.
Yeah. Well, I was going to add to Anthony in that they didn't know the Snyder Cut was going to come out.
Yeah.
So they were like, oh, we can just use these elements because they're not being used by the other studio anymore. So therefore, it's open season, open game. We can use it and look great because we've been looking great for years. So we're going to continue looking great. And then the Snyder Cut comes out and they're like, I hope nobody catches the parallels.
I mean, Endgame literally takes place 5 years later. The Nightmare timeline's supposed to take place 5 years later in jail too. You start to think.
Jacob is saying that the script for Infinity War and Endgame finished in 2017. Yeah, but Justice League was supposed to come out in 2017.
And Justice League was all planned out in 2017.
They had it done in 2015.
They had all the storyboards set up.
And a lot of people were able to see. So, like, you see what I'm saying? Like, that's where I get my thoughts from. And I'm sure you guys are thinking the same. He showed. I'm not gonna say he showed a lot of people, but there's several people who saw those storyboards, the actors, whatever. Mm-hmm. Yeah, and so Jeff Johns, because he wrote the words or whatever he said he did on that thing.
He did the lettering.
Yeah. Okay.
And that's not to say that he didn't help out with the story. I mean, look, if they're all sitting there, if he's writing the stuff out and they're all spitballing, I mean, obviously all of them were contributing to the story to some degree.
Yeah.
So I don't want to say that, Jeff Johns, he just penned it. That's all he did. No, I'm sure they were
all on board with everything too.
Yeah, good idea. I like that.
I'm sure that Jeff Johns was sort of like, I want to say a lapdog, but he was just like, hey. He was working in tandem with Jim Lee and Zach and whoever else was in there. And then the studio heads were like, hey, we want you to do this. So now his job has shifted. So he's just doing what somebody's told him to do because it's not his company.
Yeah.
So
it's like, Jeff, you misspelled that word. He's got to climb up a ladder. Rewrite it.
Well, exactly. Yeah. Well, JL2 would have came out. He said JL2 would have actually came out after Infinity War Endgame in 2019.
Yeah, but the plans were done in like 2015, 2016.
Yeah,
it's not about when the movies would have been released. It's about when the story is put together and the scripts are being written. That's what we're talking about here. People confuse.
And the story was done before BVS. It was done.
Yeah, it was done.
Yeah.
And he says that too. Like when BVS was coming out, the script for Justice League that was already done.
And the plans and everything.
But then they went back and said, "Okay, we need you to change it because it's too dark and too scary."
Yeah.
And he was like, "What the fuck?"
Idea,
yeah. I mean, you can disagree. That's fine. I'm just saying.
Yeah. I just think there's too many coincidences.
Yeah.
I agree.
Even if there are some things that, like Andre was saying, that would kind of naturally take place. There's just, I mean, okay, if Marvel can say, yeah, we changed what we were going to do. We weren't going to do Civil War. We changed it based on what DC was doing with BVS. If they can say that publicly and not care, I'm pretty sure they wouldn't have a problem doing stuff behind the scenes that doesn't, you know what I mean?
Because from what I understand, they were going to do like a Cap versus Hydra type of thing for the Captain
Serpent
America
Society.
That was the idea. But then BVS happened. They're just like, oh my gosh, we have to have a versus movie too.
And then Zack stood up at the San Diego Comic-Con and brought Harry Lennox on stage.
Oh yeah,
Dark Knight Returns quote, man.
Dude, yes, that is when they. I'm telling you, dude, the trailer, what was it? 2 years later when the trailer came, the 3-minute trailer that Today Is a Day for Truth trailer scared the fucking shit out of everybody on the other side of the pond.
Yeah.
Oh, that trailer is fucking fire.
It's iconic. But and I remember I was at work when I saw it, and I was like, yeah. So it's scary. It's fire.
Wait. You just contradicted yourself. You said it's scary and it's fire. Which one is it?
And it's fire.
No. It's fire to me.
It's scary fire.
It's scary.
There you go.
Yes. Fire is scary. It can be very scary.
It scared them. No, that's
scared of fire.
Like you just said, Allie. Like they said it. Like we were planning on doing this.
Yeah,
Captain America's third movie, his trilogy would have ended with this, but instead it ended with this because you got the two most iconic fucking superheroes ever are about to fight each other in the movie. We got to do the same thing. We got to try to. And get out of here.
RJ writes, I don't buy a conspiracy that Marvel copied DC. The only thing that you can argue is the Civil War thing. The Serpent Society thing was always a joke. The plan was to do Cap versus the government.
I don't buy that.
It feel like a Captain America movie.
A joke? I'm sorry, I don't buy that.
Well, no, it was on their slate.
Yeah.
I don't think Marvel's going to joke about that. They make the movie they say they're going to make.
Yeah.
I don't know. And what's his name?
RJ?
James Gunn.
What's his name? Oh, Resident Justice.
James Gunn has talked about how Kevin Feige knows about, Kevin Feige knows about the script and all that for freaking stupid Suicide Squad. Like, why does he know about? Oh, he knows about the characters I was going to use, and that he talked to him about the script and all that. I'm okay. Like, why does he know about the script?
Do y'all just conversate like that, like on the phone?
That's like, I understand that you guys have a relationship, but he shouldn't know about stuff you're doing at DC.
Yeah, after they fired him, by the way. But then, it was like, let's fire him. Let's test the waters. Oh, wait a minute. Warner Brothers just hired him to do Suicide Squad. Okay, I think it's cool. Yeah. We hire him back for Guardians 4 or 3. I guess it's such a weird fucking situation. Also, they also benefited. This is the one thing that like any kind of argument made with like a Marvel fan, they have the benefit of the one thing between like that between these two parallel universes that DC was trying to do with Zack or whatever, and that Marvel did, is that they have the benefit of in the comic books there's a snap, and they can use that to argue against the unity as far as what Darkseid uses. You know what I'm saying? So like they have that's the only thing that you could say, yeah, they didn't get that from because it actually happened in the comic books. Like Thanos actually snapped and shit. And yeah. So like but other than that, it's the coincidences are too ridiculous to not like, you know what I mean? Like take a further. I'm not saying just be like finite in your this shit. No, you could still look at it and be like, okay, it's just too much. There's too many like similarities. There's too much things. And for all those people saying, well, yeah, but Justice League 2 when it came out to then, dude, chill.
Movie release times and stories being written are completely different things.
Yes, exactly.
Like here's an example. Here's an example of how long it takes to do things. Like look at the leak. Look at the leaked video for the Flash movie. DC Fandom isn't until October. Yep. That clip for the Flash isn't supposed to be. It was supposed to be shown at DC Fandom, right? Yeah. That's July, August, September, October. That's 3 months in advance that short clip is made. Now think of an entire freaking movie. Yeah. How long it takes to plan out and get things out there and get stories put together. It takes a long time, and scripts float out in the ether. Things get thrown around. Meetings are held. Like there's a lot of stuff that happens way before any camera starts rolling.
Yeah. Even by the time trailers come out. The first trailer comes out for a movie long before the movie is going to come out. And that's hard just to get a trailer together.
Yeah.
You know, they have to put, it's hard for them just to have things.
What's up, bud?
So, I mean, I definitely think it's possible. I don't put it past them at all.
Yeah. Reese says, look at Avatar 2. Damn It's been look
at Avatar 2.
Yeah, I'm with Ali. I'm with Ali. Like, I'm not going to say that's all like we're confirming that's all like connected and that they stole everything, but like there's a lot of convenient coincidences that make it seem like it could definitely be possible.
And look, I don't want to say that it's fact. What I'm saying is that basically it's what if.